Hi, all Mojang Lives. I think it's time we play a little. All right, Minecraft. So, um, I guess we'll keep working on my little village here. I need to get a wall around it, so I'm gonna need. I need some supplies here, I think. I'm imagining. I'm imagining something like this one here. I kind of like this wall here, so I think I'm gonna put this around my village. Um, so we've got stone slabs. Iron. Oh, right. I don't have any iron. Well, I think I need to go caving then. Let me unload some supplies here. And we need to go mine up some iron. Let's see. Keep that charcoal. Okay. In fact, do I have a little more charcoal made anywhere? Doubtful. I got plenty of coal, though. Okay. All right. And then let's grab a couple diamonds here maybe and go fix this shovel. Oof, I got no diamonds either. Man, this guy is hurting for supplies. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. I don't know why I came over here to fix this shovel. I could have just done it back at my base. Well, apparently I needed more than 2 diamonds to fix it. Alright, but that's enough for now. So let's see. Where would be a good place to go mining? I guess this way. I don't think I've gone this way for mining purposes a lot. So we'll go, well, I mean, some, but we'll go find a cave somewhere out this way. See what we can see. I've definitely done some mining out this direction. So I kind of want to head off on an odd angle. Try and find a mining hole anyways. Yeah, squeezing this in here. You know, I always think in my head that there's going to be more time on Sundays, and there's never any time. Luckily, my gaming group isn't online yet. It's supposed to start at 4. It is after 4. They are still not even online, let alone in the game. So I figure I would take some time now to get my recording done, and then that way I won't have to try and cram it into the few minutes I have after dinner tonight. Either way, it was getting crammed in. Look, here's the cave right here. A weird one. Oh, but it's tiny. This was a tiny cave. Well, this is our cave now. Which one of these is my silk touch? So we're after diamonds and iron. Yeah, my I don't know. We watched the episode of or the first episode of Babylon 5 with my nephew, which is an old sci-fi series that I was a big fan of back in the day. Um, it must have been like I think Star Trek Deep Space Nine must have been popular about that time, so they made Babylon 5 as alternative. You know how they do. Somebody makes a movie about a meteor, there's two movies about a meteor, kind of thing. So we've got Babylon 5 is about a space station. Um, I like it a lot, though. I really like the. Uh, they've got a weird storyline to start with, and um, I can't remember. It's been a long time. I seem to think it was the intended storyline, but I feel like maybe they decided to recast the main character, and so when they decided to do that, they just came up with a storyline to why they switched, and but I know the commander of the station in the first season or most of the first season isn't the guy who is the main character for most of the series, and um, and so it's weird to start that because you think of your favorite parts, and some of them are probably from the first commander, but most of them are going to be, I would imagine, from the later commander. Not that he's necessarily any better, but the storylines he's part of are better. And anyways, I don't know. So we watched the pilot, which was long. It was a pilot movie, so it was like an hour and a half. Um, okay, well, I wasn't expecting the lava to do the same thing. Silly lava. Whoops. Really? Thank you. Whoa. And then we were watching a documentary about this woman who was imprisoned for murder. But the understanding of society had changed since the time that she was convicted, and so they thought that her sentence should be changed because it's weird to me that like they'll change the laws on things, and then like just leave people in prison after the laws have changed, to change what they were convicted of. Basically, she was a victim of sex trafficking. Only they when she was convicted, they called her a prostitute instead. And so she was convicted for murder. And then they changed the ideals of... Look at that fish! You're a cave fish. Are you blind? Oh, crap. You one of them blind cave fish? Oh, I was kind of hoping this would go somewhere and do something. It didn't. This is a crazy set of ravines going here. Cave fish. We got different colored water happening. Yeah. So I did have something I wanted to talk about a little bit. So I've been watching WandaVision, and I don't like it very much. It's okay, but it's not really my cup of tea, right? And I'm not saying, it shouldn't exist. I'm not saying anything like that. You like WandaVision, you can go right ahead and like WandaVision all you want. But it's not really for me. I'm going to watch it because it's part of the Marvel stuff, right? I watch all the Marvel stuff. But man, I was trying to have a conversation with somebody about my thoughts on WandaVision, and this other person also doesn't care for WandaVision, and so I was comparing notes about why they didn't like WandaVision and why I didn't like WandaVision, as you do when you discuss something like that. And, well, we got overheard by someone who loves WandaVision that we know, and immediately starts biting my head off, like yelling at me, because how dare I have a different opinion about Marvel movies, and that you can't have superhero movies that aren't funny because they're not worth watching if they're not funny. And I was like, okay, but I like them not as funny. Like I like funny sometimes. Sometimes it works well. It really depends on who the movie's about, on whether or not I feel it works well for me. And I think a great example of that, which got my head bit off even more, was the difference between the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a very well done, funny movie that I felt was very well done, mixing in the humor for the characters that they were. And I'm like, however, I don't like what they did with Thor Ragnarok. And I feel like now they're just trying to make the movies funny because one of the funny movies did better than the not so funny movies. And so they decided that funny was the only way to go. And it makes me a little sad that we can't have we can't have even mildly serious superhero movies in the MCU anymore. We had them at the beginning, and now we can't have them at all. I mean, even Endgame, which had some super awesome dramatic moments, suffered from just bizarre choices in the way they made some of the superheroes act. And I didn't care for it. I don't like Fat Thor. I don't want to fight Hulk. You know, like I'm fine with Ant-Man cracking jokes. Ant-Man's funny. I expect Ant-Man to be funny. I don't, however, expect Hulk, who's genius level scientist, to be like, I am sitting here in my tracksuit taking selfies with kids in the mall, drinking my smoothie and uh, refusing to fight anything anymore. I'm like, what? Why? Oh, look, I have reached an area I've already been to. Are you coming out here or what? I mean, I've been here a little bit apparently, but there's a lot of dark out here still. But yeah, so I'm not allowed to have that opinion. I'm sure most people apparently must like that stuff, but I don't. And that's fine. It's fine. I don't have to like everything that exists. It's okay for me to not like it. Um, and but I was really surprised at the anger that was directed toward me because I didn't enjoy WandaVision or Fat Thor. Um, and I'm like, well, I like this other Marvel movie. No, you know what you're talking about. No, pretty sure I do know that I like this other movie better. Well, you're wrong. I'm not wrong about what I like or dislike. What are you talking about? I even enjoy arguing about why I prefer one way over the ways someone else prefers it. But I don't want to be yelled at that I don't know what I'm talking about. I want people to say, "Oh, I can see your point of view. That doesn't work for me, but I see your point of view." Just like I do for them. I see your point of view. I get that you like it silly. I'm just not a fan of silly. It's why I don't like Naruto. I find it too silly. Yes, I know Naruto gets serious, but Naruto also has a lot of silly. It's why I don't like One Piece. Those are two very popular shows. They're very popular amongst people that I know. And they get angry when I say I don't enjoy that show. Because I'm not allowed to say I don't enjoy things, I guess. I don't know. It's craziness. Craziness. Let's see. Woo, I almost stepped in that. That is not what I wanted to do. Seriously? Why won't you place a block down there? Thank you. Just grab a little redstone because I'm not sure how much I've got at home. I played too many versions of this game, and I don't know which ones I'm missing out on and which ones I'm still okay with. I appear to have dug a large tunnel down through here and did not continue on in this direction. 2 blocks up from here. Right? 1, 2, and then We'll see if we can't find another cave to explore this way. Haven't seen any diamonds, though. Some iron. That's what I really need. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, you know what? I also had an opinion on the whole stock thing that went on this week, and which I'm not going to get into. I don't understand it enough to really understand it. That one got me yelled at by multiple people, uh, which is crazy. I'd read some articles about why some of what was going on was illegal, and the response was always, people do it all the time. And I'm like, yeah, but they go to jail for that stuff. And like, oh, you're just, no, I'm really not. I just believe that, was just pointing out that I had read an article that said these particular parts to this story might not be something that you had read yet, and I thought I would share what I had read. I don't care one way or the other what happens to the stock market, really. I mean, I do care, in the sense that the purpose of the stock market has been subverted, and could cause some economic issues that would spread. I'd prefer we don't have economic issues that spread and do things like, I mean, we're already tenuous at best with what's going on. We don't need an additional collapse of things, in my opinion. And I guess I can share what I had read. I just read that some of the things that were being said were falsified reports, and they monitor that stuff pretty harshly, and people go to jail for that kind of thing pretty easily, usually. Well, sometimes, anyways. And that was it. That was it. I didn't even have an opinion. I just said I had read an article that some of the things that were being said were falsified reports, and that some of the falsified reports were being used to manipulate what was going on, and that it was highly illegal. That was it. Oof! I got like a 30-minute yell session at me, by one of the people I talked to. Like, okay, sorry, I read an article. Anyways, let's talk about fun things. I've been playing a lot of Satisfactory. I finished Cyberpunk. Talked about that already several times. Thought about going back in and playing it again. I really enjoyed parts of it. I really didn't enjoy other parts of it. And so Ooh. Oh, dang it. I thought that was a diamond. I'm too high for diamonds. I thought that little bit of white there was diamonds. But, yeah, I thought about going back in and trying a different playthrough style than what I had chosen. I really wanted to do the combat ending, but I didn't know that there was going to be an ending like that going in, and so my guy was not capable. And there's been a few patches, and I say a lot today. There's been a few patches, and I wanted to go in and check out the way that patches had changed things, and the some changes to crafting and stuff that had taken place, and I wanted to see if I could go in and do some of the better gear than what I had been using, because people are like got sit-ups that are doing like 70,000 damage on a bullet hit, and I'm like, man, my bullets are doing like 4,000 damage, and that's not enough to kill some things. And then when I get to the end, and it's taking me like 200 bullets in the combat ending to try and kill these things, and I just don't have enough ammo, and they won't let you craft anymore, so you have to be able to do it with the ammo you brought with you. And the weapons that you brought with you, so you can't craft up anything you find, basically. I was wondering, there I am back to the ums again. I was wondering if I could look at like some of those changes, but then I looked at the size of the download, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna move on. I'll come back to it when there's some significant DLCs, maybe. I mean, I still haven't finished Skyrim, right? I finished the main Skyrim, and I did the vampire DLC, and that was it. I didn't do the other. I think there's another storyline DLC that I have never even loaded Skyrim to do. What I need to do is load up Witcher 2 and get playing on that, because I have done Witcher 1, but I have not done Witcher 2 all the way through, and I've never played Witcher 3. And I have all those, so that's definitely something I should think about. In fact, I might do that tonight. I might set that up later tonight. Start downloading. I get like 4 hours a week where I can just sit and play games, right? That aren't just constantly interrupted. The last couple of weeks, I haven't even had that. It's been ever since I finished Cyberpunk, which I think was last weekend. I got 1 day in there to finish off Cyberpunk, and the thing is that I didn't even get a day to finish off Cyberpunk. What I did was I stayed up super late and finished off Cyberpunk, because I knew that I didn't have to work. Well, I think it was Friday night, right? I stayed up on a Friday night till like 5 in the morning finishing Cyberpunk. And how are we doing on iron? Dude, I seriously haven't even gotten a stack yet. I've got almost as much gold as I have iron. That can't be right. Oh no, there we go. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of the Satisfactory game. I I can't stop saying today. I watched some people playing games, and they are playing Satisfactory at the moment. And so watching them play Satisfactory makes me want to play Satisfactory. And so I've been getting back into that pretty hardcore. That one's a little different though, because I can play that while doing other things. Because that's the kind of game where you set it up and then you wait for the resources to be processed, kind of thing. And there aren't there are bad guys in the game for sure, but they don't come at you. So it's not like Factorio where the swarms come. They instead tend to guard the resources. And so once you have access to those resources, then they're not standing there guarding anything. So you don't. Oh man, Sitting over here injured. So once you got that all set up, then you don't have to worry about them coming at you. You just have to set up your factories and stuff to process it. And I enjoy that kind of game. So I mean, it's probably why I like the. I mean, the fact that I like that kind of game is why I like modded Minecraft so much. When you get the ones with all the machines and stuff, because you get to set up those resource processing systems, which is just weird to like a game like that, but I do. I mean, it's not weird. I'm not saying, if you like that kind of game, you're weird. I'm just in the idea of what people think of when they think of video games. It's strange to call that a video game, but man, I really like it. I don't know if the Satisfactory is spectacular. When I say I really like it, I really like that kind of game. I wasn't saying necessarily that Satisfactory is that amazing. It's pretty fun though. If it wasn't that I do it while doing other things, so it just plays in the background, and then when I get a few minutes, I can look up and tweak things, and then just go back to letting it run. I probably would have done a series on it. Well, that, and there's some diamonds. I struggle to find the time to record. Because once again, dang it. I'm pretty sure I just flung diamonds into the lava. Yep. Surely did. Surely threw my diamonds away. Thanks, lava. Alright, I should probably think about getting up and out of here. So, with that, I think I am going to call it a. You know what? I might not. Let's talk about Satisfactory real quick for a couple minutes here. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting game. It's a factory thing. It's like Factorio but in 3D, and I like it better than Factorio. Although I think Factorio might be better if you play it by yourself, but I've only really played Factorio with other people, and when you play it with other people, your internet plays a big role in how well the game works. And unfortunately for me, I spent a lot of my quote playtime waiting for the server and my computer to sync up. And so there was some loss in enjoyment. Things like I didn't really get to drive around in a tank because the tank was just too difficult to drive with the lag I experienced. Will you stop putting a torch every time, man? And ooh, I see some light down here though. Maybe didn't this look like it was light down here? And now I don't. All right, where did I come up here? I'm gonna keep going. Gonna keep going up. Oh, I'll take a peek around here, I guess. No, okay. Okay. But so the Satisfactory, it's got a nice tech tree to it, and which I like. I like going through tech trees, build up, And so there's another Can't stop saying today. I mean, I know I say a lot anyways, but today seems exceptional amount of ums. The the tech tree is interesting, though I find the expense of moving up the tech tree to sometimes be exceptionally expensive, and the placement of ores is, I guess, intentional but problematic a little bit. And you find the different ore types that you have to get, ores and minerals, to be really scattered across the map. And so I have, like, just for a quick example here, I've got my base, and what was that noise? Weird. It sounded like a minecart passing over me. It was really loud. Uh, but so you've got your base, and uh, they start you in an area where there's copper and iron and limestone. And so those are three, the major ingredients you need. And so I get going with my copper and limestone and iron, and then all right, here's the thing. I didn't pay attention to my directions. I knew this was going to be an issue. I knew I was going to get turned around. Um, uh, I'm going to guess it's this way. So that's all good, but then you need coal. And so the coal is, it's not too far from where you start. And so I get over to the coal, and then that's fine. But then you get to the oil, right? And so then the oil, oh look, I totally chose right. I was pretty sure my numbers were like a negative 1,000. We are we are way out here though. That is my apartment buildings. Oh man, I totally forgot about that building. My office building that I got sidetracked from. My apartment buildings. Doo-doo. Parking lot all dug out for the most part. A little restaurant I never finished. I am such a slacker. I don't finish anything, man. Anyways, gotta wrap this up real quick. So, yeah, so it's basically like this is where you start, right? And so this is your coal, your limestone, and your copper, right? So iron here, up on the hill behind it is limestone, and then down around the hill is the copper here. And so you gotta get to the coal. Well, the coal is like several sections away, but it's I don't think the coal is close enough. The coal wasn't close enough to see my base from, but not so far to make it ridiculous to run conveyors and stuff. But man, when I got to the oil is basically all the way back over at my warehouse from my base. And then I had to do quartz. and quartz is like the same distance but in a different direction. And then I got this other stuff. I forget what the other stuff is called. It's for the high tension or the high power wires. And then that stuff is also like over gaps in the land, so you have to build bridges over bottomless pits to get to the closest pit. I was like, man, they just keep making me go farther and farther to get these other resources. It's weird that how far I had to go for oil. It was just, I don't think anything was as far as the oil. The quartz maybe, but the oil was definitely. And so I've got a tube system that will take me out to my oil now. And I'll bet you're probably in there a good 20-30 seconds of hypertube speed just going out to where the closest oil was. All right, with that, I am going to call it a day for real this time. So be better than the little things. Lean into the light. I will talk to you later.